Hello everyone, today on the Hadron Collider Quantum Mechanics series we're going to talk about the Large Hadron Collider. Hello everyone, as promised today we're going to talk about the Large Hadron Collider, and as always I have a quote, and it's from a very special person, and the quote is, "An unexamined life is one not worth living." Now that quote is from Plato and has really driven the last 2,000 years many scientists, artists and explorers to really examine the world and explore it and to understand the multitudes within. Now, the Large Hadron Collider is probably the pinnacle of the statement by Plato. The Large Hadron Collider is the world's largest experiment. It's 27 kilometers long. It's in Geneva and is actually larger than the international airport just across from it. Now, as the largest experiment in the world, it needs to have some special answers to be going after, because the amount of money spent on this project was absolutely enormous. And what it's trying to answer is, what are the building blocks of life? What makes up the universe? What makes up our very essence? And the Large Hadron Collider is our best chance to find that out. It's very, very famous at the moment for being able to help a lot of the lecturers and theoretical physics professors around the world who've been writing different versions of how they see quarks, leptons, atoms, protons, all those things and how they come together. And the most famous, of course, has been the Higgs boson experiments, in which we have concluded that the Higgs boson is an actual particle through evidential experimental physics, and that's been very, very exciting. It's helping us understand and open new doors. Now, interestingly, there's been a lot of talk about the Hadron Collider before it was first turned on, and there was talk of it destroying the universe, creating wormholes and black holes that would suck up the Earth, but the reality is it's not, and it's really helping us understand science at its very, very subatomic nature. Now, on the one thing the press did get right is that there is a belief that miniature wormholes can be created by the Large Hadron Collider, which would be super amazing for us to understand this experiment. To understand how wormholes work gives us an opportunity to travel to the vast essence and distances of the universe without having to build the technology, the spaceships required to do it. Now, and when it's operation in 2010 and it's operating as we speak, it took a little bit of a break in order to increase its power after its first setup. So session 1 lasted a couple of years, and now session 2 has become as 2015, middle of 2015, which we are now. And the evidence and the answers coming out of the Hadron Collider are absolutely phenomenal. The quantum mechanics that's being understood is requiring thousands of scientists to interpret the data. And we'll be interpreting this data for the next 50 years. That's how much data, terabytes and gigabytes of information in every second coming from the Large Hadron Collider. So why is it important? Well, the Large Hadron Collider is important because it says we're still trying to climb those mountains. We're still trying to understand what it means to be part of this incredible fabric of the universe. When Edmund Hillary just climbed Mount Everest because it was there, you know, that's really at the essence of what the Large Hadron Collider is. It's humanity saying, no, we won't stop at the limitation of our eyesight. We'll look deeper and deeper and deeper, and hey, if we have to build a 27-kilometer experiment, then let's so be it, because you know, our heart and our mind really wants to know. It really wants to delve into those answers. And I think it's a great example of how we haven't given up. You know, we had the space race in the 60s that got us to the moon, but now we're looking at inner space. We're looking at the things that make up the smallest properties of matter and life, and we're really starting to understand them. And interestingly, what it's telling us is that it's a crazy universe in which probability reigns, and a conscious observer brings into reality those probabilities. And your mindset and your consciousness is really what activates how you see that reality. And this is the evidence coming out. This is scientifically documented evidence through the observer effect and through the way that data is interpolated through the Large Hadron Collider. Now, why am I so excited about the Large Hadron Collider? Well, for me, I mean, it's a giant toy and it's somewhere you can visit when you go to Europe, and I recommend you do go and visit it. But it really says to me that humanity is after those answers, and that striving that I have to know also exists in some of the smartest and greatest minds in the world. And it really shows that with all the wars, violence and upheaval that happens, that at our heart we're really just inquisitive animals trying to understand how our place in the world works and looking for love and understanding. And the Large Hadron Collider really proves that. So I keep up to date with the results from the Large Hadron Collider webpage in CERN in Geneva, and the quantum mechanics and the information I'll start listing below. But it's important that as you become the best version of yourself, you understand these magnificent experiments going on around the world, so you can help educate others and let them know that when you talk about the fact that your conscious mindset brings into reality the probabilities that exist in front of you, i.e. you are a creator, and they look at you like you're a crazy nut who's going to start a cult, you can actually say, well, here's the scientific evidence behind it. And in fact, the world's largest ever science experiment is proving this day to day, and it really helps people get over that hill of not understanding or believing that they're in control of the universe. Once science, you can add science to the mix, they really start to believe and understand, and it's something that you can introduce others to. So check out the Large Hadron Collider. It's an incredibly important part of our human experience, something that's exciting and great to know that there's people out there searching for us to find those answers. And I look forward to seeing you soon on the Quantum Mechanics series of Hadron Collider. Thank you and goodbye. And the Hadron Collider will see you next time on YouTube.